Hi everyone, I'm Joanna. I'm going to do my presentation. My presentation topic is the Titanic survival data analysis. My presentation includes 3 parts: introduction, data analysis for survival rate, and conclusion. Let's move on to the introduction. The technical skills I used for data visualization is R&R packages. The purpose of doing this data analysis include 2 parts. Firstly, based on the data, I will find some issues about why Titanic has low survival rate. Secondly, based on the analysis, I will provide some recommendations to increase the survival rate. Let's move on to the second part, data analysis for survival rate. This diagram illustrates the correlationship between variables. Based on this diagram, I picked up 3 key points related to the survival rate: gender, P-class, and age. Let's analyze the gender and survival rate firstly. According to this bar chart, we could easily find that the female survival rate is much higher than the male. The main reason is that women and children first protocol was generally followed when loading the lifeboats. Another important thing we could find from this bar chart is that less than 20% of the male were survived. Based on the document I have searched, there are 3 main reasons causing this situation. Firstly, Titanic didn't take enough lifeboats. Lifeboats on the Titanic only could serve half of the passengers. Secondly, the crew serving on the Titanic had not been trained adequately. The officer didn't know how many they could safely put aboard the lifeboats. Therefore, many of the lifeboats only took half of the capacity. Thirdly, when Titanic sent distress signals, another ship named California failed to provide the help. Let's move on to the P-class and the survival rate. P-class stands for the socio-economic status. According to the bar chart, the survival rate of the upper and middle status were much higher than the lower status. Back to the document. When Titanic occurred such an emergency, the third-class passengers were not informed, which means that third-class passengers are largely left to fend for themselves. Let's move on to the age and the survival rate. Although the passengers younger than 18 years old occupied the latter, the survival rate was much higher than the others. The main reason is that when Titanic occurred an emergency, the children were survived firstly. Let's move on to the last part, conclusion. According to above analysis, I will provide some recommendations from the following 3 aspects. In terms of the hardware, the ship should take enough lifeboats for the passengers. Secondly, in terms of the staff and passengers, the crew should be trained adequately before they served on the ship, while for the passengers, The passengers should be trained about how to protect themselves when emergency occurred. In terms of the rescue system, establish a reasonable international marine rescue system could increase the survival rate. That's end of my presentation. Thank you.